Oh man. What am I looking forward to the most this year? I don't know. That's a good question. The thing is that, in a situation here where basically, I don't necessarily go too crazy when it comes to looking forward to long-term goals in my life. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, I do have some long-term goals. My long-term goals would be get in a better financial position, obviously be able to upgrade my setup in this office. And also, if I'm in a better financial position, maybe I can take more time off and spend more time with my family. Like, that's ultimately my long-term goal that I would love to do. Some other long-term goals, improve my house. I've got a bathroom that's non-functional that I would like to fix, Those are the kind of things, all right? But outside of those, I don't really go for ultra long-term planning. And you might say, well, why is that? Because a lot of people do that. Well, because ever since I started being a YouTuber 15 years ago, all right? Every year, there's unexpected things that happen that are completely unpredictable, not foreseeable, and not preventable, all right? It would be one thing if, like, you're in a situation where, okay, so there's writing on the wall that YouTube's going to go out of business tomorrow, right? Okay, so now you got to plan for something and protect yourself. But that's obviously not happening, right? But there have been times over the years, you guys have seen it, all of a sudden, I'm not able to do this here. I got to change this up in this way. I got to improve this here. I got to do this. And the changes come so fast that there's really no time to look ahead or plan because you don't even know the changes are coming. A lot of the times the changes are forced. And when that happens, it's more about being adaptable than planning for everything ahead. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would love to say, oh, yeah, so here I would love to go on a vacation with my wife and do this and do that, but you never know if that's going to be possible. That's something that can come along with other things happening. But rather than looking forward to something like that may not happen this year and then being disappointed, I like to look more short-term and just kind of focus on those little wins here and there. I've never been a guy who's big picture looking forward 5 years and be like, that's where I want to be in 5 years. Because honestly, if you go back in time 5 years, each increment of my life, my God, let's give you an example. Let's go back in time 5 years. 5 years ago, all right, this time, I was in a situation where I've only been a full-time streamer less than a year. I was in the process of becoming a new, interactive style content creator. I hadn't fully adjusted yet, okay? I was on Twitch full time, okay? I was still dating my now wife. She hadn't even moved in with me yet, right? That was 5 years ago. My life was dramatically different, right? 5 years before that, I was living in Connecticut. I lived alone. I think I had just instituted direct capture at that time, right? I wasn't actively live streaming all the time. I wasn't interacting with these people all the time, right? I wasn't. I was in a totally different situation. My content style was completely different. At that time, I was still traveling. I was going to places in person, like conventions and things. Again, totally different from today, and even totally different from 5 years ago. 5 years before then, 2008, I was just a nobody on YouTube making dick around videos, drinking myself into a stupor, and then swearing like a sailor at the screen with a camera pointed at it. You know what I'm saying? And then 5 years before then, 2003, I was in my early 20s. That was when I was lifting weights. I was traveling all over the country to play Street Fighter, But every 5 years, my life, I'm in a dramatically different spot. You know what I mean? So there's no such thing as where do you want to be in 5 years, because every 5 years, my life feels like I'm in a different life almost, right? I'm not one of those people who, like, I settled into one thing and it just sat there forever. Things have definitely changed. So, you take a look at today. Okay, 2023 Phil, what am I doing? Well, I'm a full-time streamer on YouTube. I got a fun, vibrant, positive community that supports me no matter what I do. We've got great improvements to my content this year, to the visuals in particular, both the gameplay and, the on-camera stuff, like the podcasting, the lighting, all have greatly improved. I've got ideas for improvements, which, by the way, I guess I'll bring this up shortly in a second, because a lot of people in the last day or two, like, whatever happened, you said there were some changes coming. There are, okay? But